up, Primetime Squad? I'm in here cooking, and we're going to do some reviewing. So give me 1 second. I'm about to make me some smothered pork chops to go with the sides I already made. I have to work extra hours today, so I'm late on getting dinner prepared, but that's cool. The kids, they can eat before they go to bed if they want, or it can go in the refrigerator and they can eat it for leftovers tomorrow. Perfectly fine. Get these pork chops and this hot grease. Yes. Okay, let me wash my hands. Okie dokie. Alright. So, what's going on with everybody? How's everybody doing this Monday evening? I hope everything is well with everyone. I hope everybody has had a wonderful start to the week thus far. As you can see, like I said, I'm up here cooking. I had to work a few extra hours today because our supervisor asked, if anybody could work a few extra hours, and I said yes. Try to get them coins, get them bags. So anyway, I got some veggies chopped up, some onions and some peppers to go in my pork chops, my smothered pork chops. As soon as they all get done frying, then I'll make the gravy for that. And I got a side of rice, got some corn for the boys. One of them does not like asparagus. One of them does, so I made corn and asparagus for both of the sides for the veggies, and some rice. And pork chops is frying now, and some gravy will be coming up. But anyway, again, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend and a blessed start for their week. And we're going to review Queen Sugar. It's Queen Sugar Season 4, Episode 10. Let me know in the chat what you thought about the episode, or what you thought about any of the characters. Please feel free to come out the bushes and participate in the chat with me. Don't be scared. You know what they say, if you're scared, go to church. But anyway, so the story, the episode started off, Aunt Vi, she's still pissed off at her niece, Nova, as you can expect after all the things that she discussed, in the book with all the family members, all their secrets and, all their personal stories, their hurts, their pains, it seemed like in the book that she had wrote, that she had published, she really didn't express information in there about any joys, about any of the great things that their family has accomplished, whether it was her sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, grandparents. Everything that she had expressed in the book was like all negative. Drug addicts, ex-convicts, baby mamas, baby daddies, not knowing who the baby daddy is, abuse, domestic violence, convictions, and basically everything negative. That's what the book was about. So on Vi, when she had started having those feelings towards Jimmy Dale, Remember when Nova went and spoke with him because he wanted some more she wanted some more information on, basically what was going on. Let me turn the back volume off. Sorry about that. She wanted some more information about what was going on. Hey, Rebecca Walker. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm just reviewing Queen Sugar and also cooking some, well, it's going to be some smothered pork chops once the chops get done. At the same time, and discussing Queen Sugar. If you watch it, please feel free, to comment in the chat about anything pertaining to the show. Nova, she had went to speak to Jimmy Dale, which is her Aunt Vi's ex-husband, the one who beat her and abused her and left her, deserted her. And it brought back a lot of pain, some PTSD when Jimmy Dale came back to town when he heard how well Nova was doing. But what she did not mention, and I guess she probably figured this all out when she gave her a little bit of space between her husband, Hollywood, and then she also went and spoke to a counselor, to her doctor. What she didn't express was how the book as well traumatized her and brought back all these bad negative memories of how she used to be abused by her husband, which she didn't know, would, come about from bringing Jimmy Dale back in the picture. I guess she assumed that she was done with that. She was over him, that he's long gone. She's moved on, fell in love, got a husband, a whole husband, who helped her get a whole bakery shop. She thought she was good till Jimmy Dale came back, till the book got printed and, published. So she's up there telling Nova, your apologies mean nothing to me, basically, because you are part of the reason why I'm dealing with this PTSD. But I'm going to keep talking while I'm flipping this meat. But she also informed Hollywood that he also didn't help. I mean, she knew that he was trying to help her and he had good intentions when he mollywopped Jimmy Dale in the front yard for rushing up on his woman and putting his hands on his woman. Like, okay, he warned him the first time. Jimmy Dale, I guess he thought fat meat wasn't greasy. He thought fat meat wasn't greasy. So he tried again and got mollywopped in the front yard by Aunt Vi's current husband, Hollywood. But when he, beat him up and all that further traumatized Aunt Vi, because it was the first thing, like she said, that was the first sign that she had saw in Jimmy Dale that he could get that angry. And Jimmy Dale, the first person he put his hands on around Aunt Vi was a man. So it traumatized her because Hollywood has never put his hands on her, and as far as she knows, he's never abused women, but he put his hands on Jimmy Dale, her ex-husband. And like she said, Jimmy Dale's first fight, around her was with a man, and then he ended up, abusing her. So, you see how that connected with her and with her PTSD and being traumatized and telling Hollywood she needs space. Because at first, I'm like, why does she need space from Hollywood? That's her man. Girl, quit sending your man to his mama house. You better keep that man, that young man. Keep that man at home. Shoot. That young man. You don't want that young man staying out at his mama house around her and her friends. All them old, older women. Shoot. Been a got around there and got him one of them cougars. But anywho, I don't think he would step out on her, but you know what I'm saying. But he came back, and she discussed it with him. She just couldn't be with him, couldn't, look at him, couldn't face him. She was scared to have him touch her or put his hands on her. It just brought back flashbacks, of a very, very, very bad and difficult time in Aunt Vi's life. So she is going to need to get through this again and heal all over again. Charlie, she seemed like she's, ready to move on forgive her and go, try to get back, to where they was. Ralph Angel, I'm assuming he'll probably be the same way. He'll probably be the same way. They haven't really like, got into it or anything like that. Charlie and Vi is really the main two characters that she's discussed, as far as trying to make amends, apologize, try to make it right, try to do better. But what do y'all think as far as the book? Like, the book is already out there. The book is already published. And it's on the stands. She's been received, a recognition, like really high top recognition for the book already. Been on TV shows, interviews and all kind of stuff like that about her book. Would you think that it would make it better if she, even though the book has already been published, if she stopped any further publications? Like, some people already have the book. They already have it in their hands. They already have access. But she's making money off of their hurts and their pains and their embarrassments and, all the dirty secrets, the dark secrets that's in the book. So I'm wondering, if that might will happen, if Nova might decide, my family's upset. What can she do to make it right? That's the only thing that I can think of that she can do to make it right, because she can't take any of the stories back. And even the people who already spoke about the book, if they people like me and like to do reviews about things, TV shows, books and all that stuff, they going to be discussing these books, maybe publicly. So I think that would be like maybe fair for her to do that, or maybe write a book showing all their accomplishments and all the good parts of their lives and their ancestors and things like that. Like, especially now that she's met her aunt, the one that had left and went off. I noticed a lot of people in this story, in this show, has been abused and involved in domestic violence. That's the whole reason why her her cousin had left. Now, she thought that she was the only, surviving, or the last, surviving female in their line. She thought she was the last one. Come to find out, you saw how they found out that she has a cousin. Was actually her mother's cousin, and they were very close. Nova went to meet her and found out, that a lot of the women in their family were kind of like spiritual healers, spiritual doctors, and had like these amazing skills and talents and, stuff like that. Let me get the meat. And these are thin, so they don't take that long to cook. Yes. Beautiful brown pork chop. Beautiful brown pork chop. But so she learned that her mother had actually used to be a spiritual healer, but she gave that up in order to be with her husband and live a life with him. But I wonder, because they didn't mention about, if their father didn't approve of that, or if she just gave it up to raise a family, be a wife, things like that. Because you have to study for that stuff. And back in the day, a lot of people, when they met somebody and they got married, the man expected them to be home, cater him and the children, cook, clean, make babies. Let me wash my hands. But I'm gonna turn it down a little lower since I'm talking to you guys so they don't overcook. But so yeah. She found out also, remember the scene when Nova could have sworn that her father had buried those men, or at least one of those men that had threatened to touch her? Y'all remember that? Touch her when she was a very young age. They was joking around, at the bait store when Nova was supposed to be going fishing with her father when she was about, I can't remember, but I think it was like maybe 8, 9, or 10, something like that. Very young. And they threatened to do some harm to her. And she remembers her father getting into a scuffle with them. And then later on, she remembers going out into the fields, going out, by all the trees and everything, and witnessing him digging 3 holes in the ground. And then she finds out from visiting, her long lost family member, that her father had actually buried her mother on the grounds, on the land. So could that possibly be what happened? Is that possibly why Nova keeps dreaming of her and she keeps feeling like she's really close to her mom? She keeps and she says every time she reach out to her mom in a dream and touch her, she disappears and the dream is over. So I wonder if that's why she feels so close, especially being that she has a spiritual connection, more than most people, in order to be able to heal people and all that kind of stuff. That's probably explains why, her mother keeps coming to her in her dreams. But then to find out that all the women have that, so even Charlie probably has that as well. But her aunt said, I'm sorry, I keep calling her her aunt, her cousin, because it's her mother's cousin, kept telling her, all the women have that, ability. But a lot of them don't recognize it and they don't practice it. And you definitely need to practice it to be able to keep, doing it, for family or friends or whatnot. But, I thought that was really interesting because she had all along, all this time, thought that her father had killed somebody. Remember Aunt Vi, she said she really didn't know what had happened. She really don't want to know what had happened. And so we had discussed, several times since, we found out that piece of information, that he possibly did kill somebody. Nova's Aunt Vi even thought that it was a possibility because she knew what happened, at the bait shop and the threats on her niece Nova. So, but she was like, I don't want to know, I don't want to know, I don't want to know. And that's a good thing if he didn't, kill anybody because it's in the book. And she put in the book that she thinks her father might have, and I was like, why she put that in the book? They down there by all these white people and most of them is prejudice down there in New Orleans, and you putting in the book that you think your father killed 3 white men? I was like, wow, Nova, you trying to get the whole family lynched down there? But anyway, so that's a good thing if he didn't commit any murders. That's a good thing because we already know a lot of people are really, really overprotective with their kids, and they will do anything to anybody to protect their kids. So, you know how it goes, especially down south. But, Darla, we had discussed Darla a few times since, she's just been acting like she's going through a lot of emotions, a lot of stress. We had discussed, we thought that she might relapse into drugs. I didn't think about the drinking. As far as I've seen, unless I missed something, I haven't seen her take no drugs like she used to. But after hearing what she heard about her friend, her mother called her up and said, your old friend, your old best friend, she's here. She wants to visit you. She's down there. She wants to visit you. Darla, for some reason, was like she wasn't too sure about visiting her. When she did visit her and they did meet for drinks or dinner or whatever it was they were doing, her friend brought up the fact that she was thinking about moving down there a little bit, more slower pace than the fast life than the city. And so she asked Darla, what she, do she like living down there, in the country? And she said, yes, it's different, it's slower, it's cool. Her friend started bringing back all these memories of how they used to kick it and how they used to go hard and, and drinking and partying and drugs and all that kind of stuff. Now, before this, we were under the impression that Blue's father, after we found out from the DNA test, that Blue was not Ralph Angel's son. Darla told him, she had, when they had broke up, when they had that little break in their relationship, she had slept with somebody. She didn't know that it was a possibility that it could be a couple of guys, because she didn't even remember. Her friends start talking about all this stuff, and all these flashbacks start coming back about her doing drugs and being drunk, and this guy dragging her up the stairs. And I'm thinking the whole time, was you as drunk? Because you certainly remembered every doggone thing. Everything. She remembered basically what she had on, what she wore, what she drank, what she smoked, her being dragged up the stairs, multiple guys, taking advantage over Ralph Angel, what, Darla. Darla. And I'm thinking, did she know they were actually, because she said she knew that they had, relations. She didn't necessarily say that the guys took advantage of her, but she was like, oh, you were up there and you were just so wild, and those two guys, and Darla's sitting up there like, what? Two guys? And then her friends started mentioning the names. She was like, dang, I didn't even know they were there. They were at the party. That's when she realized she must have been really drunk, really high, and most likely passed out. That's probably what happened. I mean, it's a possibility she didn't pass out and she was just so high and drunk, it was just there but not there. But she did say, if she was sober, she know that she wouldn't have partook into that little try situation. That was very devastating to her. That was very devastating for her to hear. And that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Right before that scene, a little bit before that scene, her guy friend, the one, remember we kept asking where that dude at? Where the dude at that Darla was talking to? She's up here, keeps visiting Ralph Angel and checking on him and making sure him and his family is okay. And like, where is the guy that she was talking to, that they was, were hollering at each other? Come to find out, he done not left her, but he was keeping his distance from her because he done read the book. She was like, you couldn't be man enough about it. You couldn't be grown and come to me about this situation and at least let me know the reason why you've been keeping your distance. That really got on her nerves, because it was like, okay, we both grown here. If you heard something bad about me, and this isn't any kind of situation, if you heard something bad about me, she's like, you could have came and talked to me. We could have spoke about this. And then if you didn't want to have anything to do with me again, deuces. I was like, really? But yeah. So let me get this other pot on the stove. Hold on, y'all. Just moving some things around. About to get these other pork chops out of this grease. Some of them are done. One of them isn't. Okay, I'm going to put some more chops in. Last one needs to hurry up and cook. Cause I'm about to smother these bad boys up. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ain't nothing like a good old smothered pork chop. Okay, let me wash my hands again. Okay, is this last one done? I don't know why that one cooking so slow. Oh well, I'm gonna give it like 2 more minutes. Get that one 2 more minutes. But anywho. Now, where was I? Oh, Darla. So the guy, when he met her, he started bringing up certain situations, certain things that he's been recognizing in her, or should I say noticing in her. He didn't know her before the book. He only knows the Darla after the book, the sober Darla, the Darla that has a job, a whole job, a full-time job, the Darla that, shares custody with her son's father. That's the Darla he knows. So when he came across this book, he was like, it wasn't that he wanted to leave her per se. He just didn't know how to go about his thoughts, or how to go about, what he was trying to do, which was let her know that he thinks she needs some help. So she thinking that he was backing off because he don't want to have nothing to do with her. He don't like the fact that she was involved in drugs, that she, had done certain things relation wise to get drugs in the past. How she didn't tell Ralph Angel it was a possibility that he wasn't the father of Blue. All these things in the book that Nova, thanks to Nova, got put in the book. So he didn't want to leave her though. Some guys probably would have been like, dang girl, you used to do all that. Oh my God, how I know that you might not go back, or you might not turn back to drugs and relapse, because you know what they say, a drug addict or alcoholic is always a drug addict or alcoholic. That's what they say. But I don't know because I ain't never been either one of them. Hey, the Ranch, what's going on? Yes, they got back safe. I did another video the next day. My cousin, she had got out the next morning on, what do they call it, on like her own recognizance or something. Her boyfriend, he had got out, but he had to pay $250 to get out. So my cousin's daughter, she went and got him out. So yeah, they got out. Everybody got home safe and sound yesterday. It was a crazy trip. Besides that part, I did enjoy myself. Besides that part, everybody was like, dang, it was fun. Everything was good besides that part. But yes, we had a good time. I'm just glad everybody got back, because like I said in my video, for y'all that don't know, check out the video that I made that was called I did not sign up for this ish part 1 and 2 that I made on Saturday and Sunday. But thanks, Rance. Thanks for asking. Let me get this meat out the skillet real quick. I'm over here cooking and doing a review at the same time, multitasking. You know what I'm saying? Up here about to make some smothered chops as soon as these pork chops get done. Yes. Good old pork chops. Okay, let me wash my hands. Well, I got flour all over the place. But yeah, so everything's cool. Everything's cool. Thank God. Thank God. That was scary. That was crazy. Um but as far as Darla, when he approached her and told her, I'm not trying to leave you. I just want you to get help because I think that you're going back a direction that he's concerned and worried about. And so he told her, but she blew up on him. Talking about, I'm fine, I'm cool. What you talking about? Like, he saw it and he ain't even knowed her that long. Knowed her. Knowed her that long. I done made up a new word. He didn't even know her that long. But, he saw the signs. And, from reading the book, he saw the signs and he told her, I just want you to get help. But she wasn't trying to hear that. Then she goes to meet her friend. And her friend brings all that of that night back to her. And not going to say back to her remembrance because she didn't even know any of that happened. She just assumed that she slept with one guy. The guy that she thought was Blue's father. Come to find out, she slept with a whole nother guy. And so I wonder what's going to happen with that. I wonder if she's going to go back, try to press charges or try to, make them go through some type of punishment. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I think she should. Or at least, go to them and let them know that she knows what happened and tell them how she feels, about the whole situation. So I'm hoping something gets done about that because that's not right. That's not right. What I'm glad of is that Ralph Angel is a good man. He's a good, fine, sexy, chocolate, country, southern. He's a good man. He's a good man. So he's up there supporting her. He has been supporting her for years. Even when she was an alcoholic and a drug addict, and he was supporting her all this time. He might have left her alone, I'm taking my son, I'm raising my son, you need to go away, find yourself, get your life, get your life. And then when she came back all clean and everything, they tried it didn't work out. But he's always had her back. So what do y'all think is going to happen about that? Because if you notice, I don't know if y'all noticed, but if you notice, after she broke down and went to talk to Aunt Vi and explained everything to them, and Aunt Vi kind of, she kind of put her more at ease by telling her story, letting her know that you can still, you can get through this, you can move on. Her ex-husband, Jimmy Dale, did the same thing to her multiple times. Just because you're married don't mean that you gotta get it, and he did that to her multiple times. He was very abusive. So she was telling her, bits and pieces of her story, and basically showing her that she, not only, let me take these chops out, not only does she sympathize with her, but she also empathizes with her because she knows exactly what it feels like to be taken advantage of. Even if it isn't a stranger, it's still, just as bad if you get taken advantage of by the one that's supposed to love you. That's even worse. To me, that's even worse. A stranger taking advantage of you, using you up, disrespecting your body, things like that. But a family member? But anyway, so Ralph Angel came over. She explained everything, to him, and he basically told her, I'm here with you, I'm here for you, I'm going to be with you, I'm going to support you, you don't have to go through this by yourself. I'm hoping that one of them, whether it's Aunt Vi, Hollywood, Ralph Angel, somebody supports her and tries to get her to make sure that she gets some form of justice for what's happened. I'm sure she don't want no money or nothing like that, because Blue, he might be just in 5th or 6th grade. I mean, five, or I can't remember what grade this boy is in. I think he might be in 1st. Yeah, I think he might be in 1st grade. But anyway, I'm sure she doesn't want nothing financially from him, at least not in the forms of child support. Now, maybe a lawsuit, and she get paid for some damages, shoot, that resulted in a baby. But as far as child support, I'm sure that's not what she would want from that. More of justice. So I'm hoping that she gets some form of justice from this. That is very sad what happened to her. I can't believe it. It was one thing to know all these seasons that she had sex with somebody, and during when they was broke up, it's like, okay, so what? It happens. Things like that happen. You break up. What they say, how did that expression go? In order to get over someone, you have to get under someone else. I know some of y'all have heard that expression. But yeah, I heard that expression a lot when I was growing up. I'm like, what the hell, y'all? Come on now. I need me time. When I break up with somebody, I need some me time. I need some Tanya time. I need to sit around and enjoy being single and figure out what went wrong in the relationship, what I did wrong, what he did wrong, what I did right, what he did right. Learn some lessons. I'm not trying to get under somebody else, at least not right away. Not right away. But yeah, so I wonder if Ralph Angel is going to be a little more accommodating and supportive to her than he has been, because like I was telling y'all before I got up, I don't know if y'all missed that scene, but when she was laying in the bed and he told her, do you want me to stay? She was like, no, you gotta work. I gotta work tomorrow. Go home, do whatever. And he held her hand. And did y'all see her fingers? You know how people be moving their fingers? Like, just kind of like, how you be touching on your boo or your man or somebody a prospect. Somebody you might be interested in. The way they be, that little slight touch, that, what I'm saying. Don't act like y'all don't know. Y'all be doing it. But yeah, she gave him a little touch like that. And I was like, okay. Then when they had that eye contact, when they gave each other that look, I was like, Ralph Angel was walking out that room looking all fine, like a black goddess. Not a goddess, a black god. A black god, just looking like a... That man is just beautiful. He's just beautiful. Beautiful, just beautiful. But he walked out that room and they was looking at each other, and I was like, I wonder if they might get back together. If they might get back together. Me personally, I don't think they should. Not in this situation. Not in this way. I don't think they should get back together. Sometimes when you're going through stuff and you're down and out and somebody is there supporting you that you used to mess with, and they support you, and you feel these emotions coming up, and they still got love for each other. They still got love for each other. And sometimes that could make you think, oh, we can work it out. We can be together again. Never get back under those situations. Because people be weak. Like SWV, people be weak. Hey, Jenny in a bottle. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for joining the chat, love. Make sure you guys hit the like button, please. If y'all have not already hit the like button, because I can't see the like button right now. But if y'all have not, please make sure you hit the like button, please. Thank you very kindly. And anybody who is not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. But yeah, so I'm hoping again that she gets some form of justice, that this is just a minor setback with Darla, and it's not going to be a major setback, just sending her spiraling back down that rabbit hole with the drugs and the alcohol and everything. I'm hoping that this is just a minor setback, and with the help of her family, she'll be able to get through this. She'll be able to get through this. Thank you, Genie in a Bottle. I like that name. I like that name. You got a name that I can remember. So if I ever see you in the chats, I'm like, and I think I've already seen you in several, chats. But yeah, you got a name that I can remember. But yeah, if any of y'all watch Queen Sugar, like I said, always feel free to, discuss it in the chat or let me know what you think about certain characters or stuff like that. What else did I want to talk about this episode? The last thing that I want to talk about was Charlie's son, Micah, when him and Blue, were they at a carnival or... Oop, let me take the chicken. I'm about to say, let me take the chicken out. Let me take the meat out. For y'all that just came in, I'm making some pork chops right now. After they are all good and drained and everything, I'm going to make some gravy for the pork chops. So let me take this off the eye while the chops drain and everything. I already made some rice. I made some asparagus and some corn. So that's dinner. And again, for some of y'all that just came in, I don't normally cook dinner this late, but I have to work late. And my son, my oldest one, he ain't even here. He's at his girlfriend's house. My oldest son, he in his room playing video games. So if they don't eat tonight, it can be lunch tomorrow, dinner tomorrow, breakfast if they want it. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of cooking and trying to do the review at the same time. But yeah, Micah, he kind of got a touch of PTSD as well when he was at the carnival with Blue, and he thought he lost Blue. Blue had actually stood and told Micah he had to use the bathroom. Micah was like, okay, go to the bathroom. I'll stand right here. First mistake. Blue and any child that age is too young to be sitting into a public restroom by themselves. Too young. I would have never done that. Now, I know Micah, I would just think that he would know to go to the restroom, at least stand outside the door with Blue. But instead, he tells him, go use the bathroom. Micah, he turns around and he starts, tweeting, texting, Facebooking, on his phone. And Blue stands in line for the guys' restroom, for the men. And the line is too long. He really, really had to go. The line on the ladies' side was empty. So he went into the ladies' restroom. Micah turns around. He sees that Blue is not standing in line waiting on the bathroom. He panics. Checks the restroom. Not in there. He didn't think to check the women's restroom. And he just started running around the park looking for him and panicking. Blue, looking all lost after he came out the restroom and not seeing Micah, his cousin. He's just walking around. The cops noticed and asked him, did he need help? Was he lost? He said yes. He put him in the back of his police car and said, you know what, your cousin will find you. Stay right here. He called it in that he had a lost kid, with him. When Micah came and saw Blue in the back of that police truck, he about lost it. For one, you already know Micah's experience with the police. What happened when he was arrested about a year ago, I believe. He was arrested, in their TV show time, about a year ago or so. And he was arrested and he was very disrespected and assaulted, and cop did all kind of things. Stuck a gun in his mouth. He went through all kind of stuff when he was arrested and put in jail. He was so scared. He urinated on himself. Y'all who keep up with the show, y'all remember that. So when he saw Blue in the back of the truck, all those things start, coming to play. And then when the cop was like being all aggressive and asking him, "Who are you? Slow your roll. Give me 50 feet. Don't move. Da 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 da. Give me your ID. Show me your ID so I can make sure you are who you say you are." But it's like Blue was like, "That's my cousin." He's looking at like Blue is old enough to say, "That's my cousin." Finally, the police was like, "Do you know him, Blue?" He's like, "Yeah, that's my cousin Micah." But by then, Micah had already. I'm just thankful that he didn't try to get aggressive with the cop like the cop was getting aggressive with him, because how it goes sometimes. Certain people get disrespected by police, and then they start going off on them because they feel like just because you got a badge, you ain't got to talk to me that way, especially when I'm not doing anything. And cops these days, well, can't say just these days, have always, some of them, been trigger happy. So, or scared. They be scared. They be scared and fearful of their life. But anyway, so I guess we're going to see what's going to happen with this, if anything is going to come about with him and that cop. I highly doubt it. I think this is just going to be just another, I don't want to say lesson for him, but just something to keep in the back of his head to remember, to be careful around police, be careful how you act. Micah was kind of excited when he saw Blue, so he was just walking up to the truck like, and in reality, he really didn't do anything wrong for the cop to do all that. But again, I have 2 sons, and I have talked to them a lot since they were like 8, 9, and 10. How to act around police, how not to act around police. How, it's sad that you got to do that. You got to give your children a how to act 101 course around, authorities like that. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. We got to try to do things like that to try to make sure our children get home safe every night. But anyway, I thought this episode was a very good episode. Next week, I think Nova is going to play a big part. And actually, not next week, but this week, this Thursday, I think Nova, in the next episode, she's going to play a big part in Charlie, because she's running for office. So this trip that they went on, this little getaway that they went on, kind of helped their relationship. It also, with Nova telling Charlie what she had overheard her saying when they were a little girl, because they don't have the same moms. And she had overheard Charlie telling one of her friends, "That's just my half sister. That's just my half sister." Basically, you can't help your family, or she said something like that, like you can't choose your family, or something like that, because Nova was a lot different than Charlie and her peers. And Nova heard her, but she never let her know that she heard her say that until now. And so now you can see why there's a little bit of friction. It has always been a little bit of friction since the beginning of this TV show between them two. So we learned something new with their relationship as well, and hopefully they'll be able to move forward. Hopefully next week, or pretty soon, Aunt Vi will be able to relax her feelings a little bit and maybe kind of accept Nova's apology. And as far as Darla, again, hopefully this little setback with that liquor and getting drunk and everything won't send her down spiraling, out of control. So anyway, oh yeah, and maybe she'll go to them AA meetings and stuff like the dude suggested that she was talking to, her guy friend or whatnot. But anyway, y'all, if anybody is coming in late, please, rewind the video. Check it out. Let me know what you thought about the video, thought about the TV show. Hey Cassandra, hey, how you doing? Yes, that's dangerous. People are crazy. Yep. How you doing? I'm sorry, I'm just now looking at the chat. I just been like, bloop, 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 bloop. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the live and enjoyed the TV show. I'm looking forward to the next episode, which will be Thursday. So, Wednesday, after Basketball Wives come on, I will be doing a Basketball Wives review. Keisha and I, my friend who's been over my house the last few times when I did a Basketball Wives review. So we're going to do a collaboration on Basketball Wives. And then Black Ink New York and Black Ink Compton will do this weekend. Thursday is the new episode of Queen Sugar. So Friday, if me and Keisha aren't doing a Black Ink that day, I'll do a review on Queen Sugar. So that's how it is. So I'll probably do like 3-4 more reviews, before this week is over with. But anyway, you guys enjoy your night. I'm about to finish up this late dinner. I'm not even hungry now. I'm like about to finish making this gravy for this chicken. If the boys, want to eat something, they can. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this stuff up for tomorrow. But anyway, y'all, make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. Again, and subscribe if you have not already subscribed to my channel. And in the meantime and in between time, Primetime Squad, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.